Well, hello, and welcome back to the worst workshop review series on the internet. I came back from my party, which lasted until 5 AM, and I am very sleep deprived, which means that it's the perfect time to look through my Team Fortress 2 queue and see what sort of beautiful items we have for this upcoming Smissmas update. Yes, let's see what we got. Okay, so first of all we have the radio-free 2-Fort, which is like a beanie with a headset type situation. It's all glass. You can see some nice novels here. I think this is honestly very nice. I have zero complaints about this. It's fitting for Smissmas, and it's not like extremely Christmassy, which is fun. It's fun, but it's a little limited, right? Next up we have the coziest camper for the pirates set. So let's see. We start with the snug scorcher, which is what do you call this? It's a winter hat. English isn't my first language, please forgive me. And then a scarf, which is a colored cream spirit, which is very nice. And yeah, I think there's a lot of loadout potential, very fittingly Smissmasy. I don't know why they made the Pyros glasses change color to be team, but it's alright. It's not a detail that breaks it or anything, and some might like it. I think it's a weird choice, but not a bad one, so this is a yes. And now we have the warm welcome, which is a suit for I don't know my winter growth terminology clearly, but it looks pretty nice. I think it can be used for a lot of stuff, so this is another yes for me. And then the Wild Dive Walkers, just a pair of cool shoes, paintable too, all of these are. And yeah, as far as miscs go, this is a good one once again, so this set is a yes for me. Next up, Stellar Orbit, an unusual effect which is like a ring of like clouds, and then you also have like shooting stars and such. Honestly, I really do like it. I wish they showed it on a lighter background too, to really see how it looks in every situation, but just from what we have, this is pretty nice. Very, very nice. Now the winter collection for the engineer, presumably. We have the cold front cover, which I don't even know what kind of hat this is, and I'm not even gonna pretend to know. It's like a flat cap, but there's a belt that goes around his chin. I don't know. If you know in the comments what this style of hat is called, let me know, because I have absolutely no idea. But it looks pretty cool, I have to say. It looks alright. Paintable too, of course, as it needs to be. And the standard trotters which go with it. Just a couple of shoes for the man. Little metal bits and such. Okay, so looking at it like this, I feel like it would be very, very subtle, like every shoe miss cosmetic. But you add the paint region, which is very well considered, right? You don't paint this top part, it's only the top of the shoe. And you can use it for like fun accent colors. So yeah, this is a yes from me. if this was in the game, I don't know if I would use it, but some people might. And that's a compliment. And now we have the Northern Nights. Being honest, I feel like I've seen a variation of this unusual a million billion times, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I do like the color choice of having it be like, okay, you have green, you have purple, and then you have green and purple. Purple, some might say. Honestly, like I mentioned, this is not the most original idea, but I think it's executed very well. It's very pleasant to look at, very Smissmasy, of course, and this is something that I could see people using, so that is a yes. Now the Twilight Topper. What is this? Oh my gosh. Well, it's a top hat, old class, which comes with a little bow, but it's all purple and shiny, with like stars and such. Now, this one does fall more under the gimmicky end of things, right? I will say that I think that it's alright, but you know, I'm giving it a yes because of the execution and the texture work. It's clearly very well made, and I could see it being used in some loadouts, but this is like, this screams Smissmas, you know what I mean? And you have to have a few of this. I do want to check this style too. Let's see if it's available. Okay, so there is a no bow style as well, which doesn't have any screenshots of it in use, but you can also have it without the bow, which is fine. Okay, so this is Halloween. This is not Smissmas, but I will look at it nonetheless. Thank you, Steam Q, for showing me this late. The pie encrusted war paint. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love war paints, which are just solid colors with like weird texturing like this. I don't know, I feel like it's missing something to make it look more interesting, especially in these like screenshots. It looks, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think it's the best execution of this idea, but you know, with a little bit more work, I think it could work. However, it's not Smissmas, so I'm gonna be saying no thanks. Okay, yes. Okay, this is a yes for Halloween. This is not that video, but yeah, why not? With a little bit more work, it would be excellent. And now the discarded deck, which is also Halloween, so you know, we have strayed very far from this video's theme, but such is the whims of the workshop queue. Sometimes you get Smissmas, sometimes you get Halloween. It be like that sometimes. This is the discarded deck. Just like an old deck of cards, it isn't the best, but it's reliable. Criticism, welcome, but please be polite and remember I might disagree with you. I understand why they felt the need to add this. The workshop comments can be absolutely vicious to people, but you know. Anyway, I'm here to review items, right? I like the color scheme. I like the texture, although it feels a little bit too high density for TF2. This one has like the opposite problem of the previous one. I like these subtle effects. I like these gold rims, but in the main texture, when you have this intricate pattern plus the diamonds or no gloves, it's a little bit too much, I think. I'm giving it a yes, nevertheless, because the color combo is very good, I feel. It's not one that I've seen before, especially this violet one for red. But yeah, like the previous one. With a little bit more work, it could really be something special. Now, the Fantasy Horrors collection, and this is, oh my god, 5 unusuals. Well, let's go through them, shall we? We have the Pyroland Flames, which is like a fart cloud, but it's rainbows instead of, you know. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not very visible on this background. On a darker one, it looks a little better. And here's a little bit of law in the promotional pic. Not my style, not my favorite type of unusual, but I will give it a yes because it's well made. You know, with these videos I like to think of, okay, I wouldn't use this, but is it good? Like, is it alright, even if it's not my style? Anyway, Wildfire. This is a little bit too close to Burning Flames or all of the other burning unusuals, but okay, so this one I will be saying no because, you know, besides my own subjectivities, I think this is something that we've seen a lot of in the workshop, and this doesn't really add anything too unique. If it got added, I wouldn't complain, but it's not the best, right? Now, Whimsical Wishes. This is a taunt unusual, wherein a magical portal appears below you and then starts float up. Isn't there an unusual already like this in the game? I actually don't know for sure, but it's fine. It looks alright. This yellow one is not great, but this purple one is okay. So this a yes. Now we have Daybreak, which, oh my gosh, this is a lot from the picture, but seeing it in game, to be honest, this color combination right here, you have like orange and like a muddied orange, and then some weird purple and some black, and then there's this lens flare effect. This is not great, I have to be honest. Another one where the execution kind of ruins it, but here I don't know if there's a good execution with these elements, right? That could work, because I think all of this color mixing is just a limitation of the sprites that were used. Oh well. But now we have the last one, which is Dreamscape. And this is like a, not a kaleidoscope, but like a radiant sort of rainbowy effects. Once again, a lot of purple and such. It's alright. I don't know why they felt the need to add this black shadow, which once again just muddies the whole thing. But I think this one is actually like fine. This one would be fine. A more subtle effect, like more lower tier maybe, I don't know trading terms, but it's alright. Okay, so let's see the next item. The Hard-Boiled Warpaint. Aha. No custom word, sad face. It's okay, man, it doesn't need it. Here, this is kind of what I like in Warpaints, because it's got details on, like you can see here, but they aren't very high density, and they also aren't like completely missing. This looks, I know this is very shitty criticism, but this looks like Team Fortress 2, right? It's very nice, and the color palette is something I don't think I've seen before, but it's very cool. You have a little bit of black, a little bit of white, or like a clear color, and then a team colored accent. And in-game it looks fantastic. I mean, look at this. I think things like this are like where Warpaints shine, you know? Subtle, well considered, nothing crazy. Yeah, nice. And now we have the Wandering Wicks, John Wick from Fortnite. Okay, so this is an orbiting type effect, and you have just a bunch of candles floating around. This is, to me, more Halloween than Smissmas, although I guess you have candles. But just the floating candles in particular feel very Halloweeny, and indeed, that's one of the tags. But it's very versatile, right? You could use it for both, you can use it in a bunch of loadouts. This is a yes. And it's also well made. You saw in the video that the flame straight behind the player, that was a very nice subtle touch. And now, the Highland Heirloom Heels, or the for short. This is very Scotland. It's just some shoes for the demo man, which are here in this picture. They look like way too detailed, right? Like this looks like photorealistic circa 2003, right? But in-game, from this screenshot, it looks alright. Not my favorite. I don't know why the paint region is just this little dot instead of maybe this. Would have been cool. But I think this is a yes. This is another one where the concept is good, the execution could be better, but it's alright. And now the next item is nothing. We've ended. Okay, so I'm going to peruse this first page as is tradition for these videos. And let's check this one out. It looks very interesting. The Colossus. Okay, so it's like a nice gradient and then some clouds floating around. And I guess this is meant to make the player look at a giant, right? But of course, in game you will see them being all tiny, and so it doesn't work. But it's quite nice. Quite a nice effect. Well, that was the video. Sorry it was a bit of a mess. I am very sleep deprived, and yes. I never know how to end this video.